Good afternoon, everyone. Philip from Blackpool Markets here. Hope you guys are all doing well. So a bit of an update for you guys. So we'll be looking at a couple of our the odd ones out. So obviously our Brent and all our cryptocurrencies. So last week was a little bit quiet, as you guys all know. Well, it was also very interesting. We've had a lot of fundamental, a very fundamental week for us. If you have a look at the pound pairs, you'll see that. We also had Thanksgiving in the USA recently as well, and also on Friday for us it was again that Japanese holiday. So it was very quiet towards the end of the week. Start of the week was very hectic, so not a lot of volume, so you guys might have noticed your spreads were going up regardless of who you trade with. So just during these times it is also good to sort of maybe sit back a bit and also just analyze the market just to see what's going on, do a bit of back testing, just try stay safe during these times. So I recommend you guys really do manage your risk really well during these times, as it is quite a volatile time in the market, and also tends to be very low volume times too. So but coming back to this, we'll jump into it. So we've got the Brent analysis here. You can remember we've been following this for quite a while. It has now actually dropped down past the target that we have been looking at, which was $60 for a barrel. You can see it went all the way up to just underneath $90 a barrel. We were actually potentially looking for it to maybe reach 100 at this stage, but it looks like that will maybe come later in the future once it has finished this possible retracement. We can see here, so I'll quickly just pull over here. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we've got the correction. So if you're an Elliott Wave fan, you will know that we need this correction to come down now. So let me just quickly pull over this chart as well, just to show you guys the start of wave 1. So over here you can see that we had the start of wave 1. We've had a wave 2, which looked like a running flat, where it did not complete that last coming all the way back to that end of wave A. You can see that B wave was a clear 3-wave move to the upside, and we've had our waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the internal wave 1 of wave 3, and you can see it has continued from waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to finish that wave 3, and then also here to coming back down to this wave 4, which was in the end, I'll show you again back here, that looked like a double zigzag. We've got our waves W, X, and Y. You can see we've got our 5 waves, especially here in the Y wave. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the correction, and this does look like an ending diagonal. So you can see we've got waves 1, waves 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Remember, in an ending diagonal, always waves do decrease in size as they go along, so that gives us that sort of wedge pattern that we're looking at. We then had this target over here for wave 5 to reach. We did get that, and we were looking for a break of this channel, which we had a very nice break. You can see we had a bit of a stall at that low we've had back here in what was that, August? Yeah, so back in August you can see that low. So you can see a bit of a stall here with some nice hammers as well, and then just continuing with that trend further to the downside. Now breaking this $60 a barrel. So pulling back this chart over here, where I've pulled up our Fibonacci levels. This was actually posted on our Instagram, so have a look on that. We do have had a bit of a talk on that as well. So we can see here. So we are actually on the full correction of this wave, which is the 50% retracement, which is around about $56 a barrel. And you can see it is coming down. So this is the daily time frame. And you can see we could still see a possible $49 as well, run about actually on the dot 50, as it is close to that 61.8, which we do know is a very big Fibonacci number and a very big psychological number as well for this full retracement. But again, on the other hand, we could still possibly have this being a just pull it up again. You can see this could possibly still be a waves A, B, and C for a correction. So I mean, that could also be a very interesting pattern to unfold. So as this is a big downtrend, unfortunately we don't have a lot of history here, so I can't show you the full extent of the move, but it is a very big downtrend if you have been following Brent for quite a while. So this could be a correction, and we could see it push further down to the low side. We could possibly look for it to go continue the downtrend if it does go past our 70%, which we have over here, I believe. Yeah, so that is our 78.6%. If it does go past that, we could potentially see a strong confirmation that it has gone further, will continue to downtrend. And once it has broken this low, if you are familiar with Elliott Wave, you do know that is our start of wave 1, and the correction cannot break that. So if it breaks that, we have a very strong confirmation that we could potentially keep going with this very strong downtrend that Brent has actually been on for the past couple of years. So this, it also, you can see this wave is sort of not as strong as the moves that it has given us as well. So it still could be a correction, but also knowing that wave one does start quite weak as well. So there is a lot of opportunity for up and to the downside. We just need to keep a close eye on these levels. So I'll just pull them back up here again. So the key levels to look for at the moment is the 61% retracement, 61.8%, sorry, which is around about $50 on the head for a barrel. Right now we're on a key level as well, which is our 50%, which is $65, $67 a barrel. If we reach lower than 40, I would say we could look for possible strong indication of a down move, which is our 78.6% retracement of this move. And once it breaks that low, we are it is a very, very strong confirmation that this downtrend could continue. But if not, we could look for further moves to the upside. Moving on to our cryptocurrencies, which was our Bitcoin. We'll start off with the godfather of the cryptocurrencies. So you can see here we do have this sort of flat bottom triangle that we have broken. We were also looking at this consolidation for it to break past this. You can see we had a false breakout, creating a very strong wick to the upside, and then actually further moving downwards, which was a false breakout. So a lot of people would have had high hopes for cryptocurrencies to continue up. So you can see the majority of cryptocurrencies to continue up in this this strong uptrend, but you can see it has actually continued in this downtrend. So a very interesting thing that one of my friends has actually mentioned. I thought it was could be very useful for everyone else listening as well in regards to cryptocurrencies or anything along the lines of this. So what you need to keep in mind is a lot of people who invested money in these cryptocurrencies have actually, they put in a sum of money, and these people are usually not very good traders. They're usually just amateurs who are looking to make a quick, easy buck, and eventually they put the money in cryptocurrency, went sky high, and a lot of people doubled, tripled, made a substantial amount of money. And as you know, a lot of people are not used to this, so they actually, it's quite psychological. So people see, okay, I've made all this money, so obviously they're going to withdraw the money, which actually could possibly have been the chance to come here. So as do normal traders, they know if a trend is up, the chances are will continue to going up. But because cryptocurrencies were sort of driven by your everyday population, that was also a big reason for this big drop. So everyone just decided to take out their money, and as you can, a lot of let's say retail traders held on to it, because usually the markets do continue in that uptrend after a correction. But as cryptocurrency, like I mentioned, was driven by people who don't trade, they did see their money double, and they're not used to this. So obviously they pulled all their cash out for a nice quick profit as it is. And this was one of the big reasons that causes downtrend. So that's quite an interesting thing that one of my friends mentioned to me. I thought it's actually quite accurate, and I think it was very handy to share with you guys as well. So, but moving on to our the rest of our cryptocurrencies, which is Dashcoin, but also interesting, even though it is a bunch of amateurs trading, you can see it is still following that technical analysis pattern, which is very nice and gives us traders a bit of a heads up as well. So you can see this one has actually formed a flat bottom triangle. So this is our Dashcoin. This is the daily time frame. You can see we had that false breakout as we did have on Bitcoin as well, with a gap to the upside. Actually does look like it, and it still continued that downtrend. So breaking this sort of flat bottom triangle, we can actually move this, and you can call this a normal triangle as well. So you can see over here we have the two lines that sort of I forgot what you call it, move into a triangle pattern, but you can see here, so it has broken out, and we could now potentially see that continuation and the downtrend as everyone pulls their funds out. And then moving on to Ethereum. So all these cryptocurrencies are sort of similar, so it won't take too much time. You can see Ethereum also had that false breakout with a gap to the top side with this is the 4-hourly bar chart. You can see candle chart. You can see that it has made the similar pattern to everything else, breaking past, so we can actually draw that line here as well for that triangle. So you can see very similar to Dashcoin, also doing the same pattern, moving further down, false breakout as well. Moving on to what's the last one is Litecoin. So you can see here again, very similar pattern. This one is just a bit of a flat bottom triangle, false breakout with a gap as well. A lot of people would have had high hopes again, but again it did crash. So they're all very similar, very So if you were to trade or invest in one of the other ones, you could look for them to you can analyze one to analyze all of them, if that makes sense. So they all follow kind of a tandem, as it is the same group of people investing or trading in these cryptocurrencies. So that is also very handy information as well that you could use. I would say maybe Bitcoin is the only one that does not really follow the other ones. It still follows it in the trend as it is a cryptocurrency, same people, but because there's a lot more people in Bitcoin, that is one of the reasons why it gives us stronger patterns as well, like that head and shoulders we had a while back. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Keep in mind it is coming to December, so markets, there's a chance markets will slow down as all the traders do go on holiday. So do stay safe when you do trade. Make sure to manage your risk very well. And from everyone here at Black Bull Markets, thank you very much for watching. Safe trading.